Hello guys and welcome to another episode here on the TryHackMe advert on cyber, and today we're looking at malware analysis, executable, executable, whatever. So we're going to discover some common tooling for malware analysis within a sandbox environment, and basically we're going to just run through this. You have an email here to the elves going forward. We'll be using a new program for creating and viewing team routers, blah blah blah. Alright, without further ado, in this learning objective, we're going to see the principles of malware analysis and introduction to sandboxes, what the difference between static and dynamic analysis, and then we're going to look at the tools of the trade, which is PeStudio, ProcMon, and Regshot. Without further ado, we're going to start the virtual environment here by clicking Start Machine, and I'm going to put this on a bigger or a different tab here, and then minimize this, and it's going to take time to load, but that's fine. While it's loading, I'm going to just check this here because I'm having access to that already. So task 2 here, we're going to look at basic, what's this? Let's put this off. So task 2 here, we're looking at malware, the principle of malware analysis, and basically there are two main branches of malware analysis, static and dynamic. And basically static analysis focuses on inspecting a file without executing it, whereas dynamic analysis involves execution. Dynamic analysis involves you in executing that particular file to see what happens before or after you've executed it. So we're going to be doing those two to use them to solve the questions we're going to be solving today. And when we're looking at static analysis, we're going to be checking some important strings, some important information. Checksum, which is usually the hash, usually in MD5, depends on which one it is. They will have strings. Strings are a sequence of readable characters within an executable, and this could be an example, for example, an IP address, a URL, and so on. And then we have imports as well. Then for the PeStudio is what we're going to use to probably statically check out those executables or software or whatever we are analyzing. And today we're going to be checking hub helper.exe. We want to know what happens. We're going to do that soon. Let me see here. My machine is not ready yet, so I'm waiting. Okay. And then we also have an interactive dynamic analysis where we're going to take shots of our machine before running the hub helper exe file. And the most important thing we want to know that a common technique for malware is to add a run key into the registry, which is frequently used to specify which applications are automatically executed when the device is powered on. Adding a run key into the registry, we're going to see that as well when we try to do our dynamic analysis. And then lastly, we're going to run a ProcMon. And basically using ProcMon, which is a process monitor from the system internals, we're going to use that to check the particular processes that was running to confirm that what exactly was run. And the shortcut to, let me see here, it's a tool that basically allows us to see exactly what process is doing. For example, reading and writing registry keys, searching for files, or creating network connections. So we're going to see what exactly those registries are doing, probably as the after effect of the malware or malware software we have installed in the computer. And now I think we're ready, and with that being said, I just need to just scroll down straight to answering our question. So static analysis, what is the SHA-256 sum of the hub helper.exe? So we'll come over here, and basically this is actually the malware file that we'll be trying to analyze, and this is basically the exe file, the application that once we click it, it will automatically run it, but we're not doing that just yet. So we're going to open up our PeStudio. Our PeStudio is where we're going to do our static analysis, and basically all we need to do is to drag and drop the file. Let me see here. Open here. Let me just is it the whole file? I think it's the whole file. Let me drop that here. Okay. I think it's the file itself. Let me drag this here. Okay, great. Alright, so we've seen that it went exactly for the file directory here. Let me see here. Okay, great. So we have information here about this particular malware, and I think the first question is asking us for the SHA file. So as you can see here, I think this is the value of the SHA file that we need basically. So I'm going to try to copy this and see if that gives us that's the solution. Copy value here and go back here. Let's paste that and see if that's the SHA-256 form. I'm not quite sure if that's the answer. Okay, that's not it. Let's see here. Okay, yeah, here, footprint. Footprint. I think this is it. Let me put this on large. Okay, yeah, under the footprint, not the doc's header size, but the footprint type sha 256, the file is here. So I think this is what we need here. File sha, I'll right click here and copy the value, and I'm going to paste that here and check. And great, that's our answer. Now under the still on static analysis, within the strings of hop helper.exe, a flag with the format this exists. What is the flag value? I'm going to go over to strings. Here, over here we have strings, and it has a count of 4,194, and I think we can search here under the strings, but let me see if we can sort. Okay, we can sort the values up and down, so let's probably see. I'll just scroll down and see if we can find anything with TryHackMe. Alright, if you notice from the question, we're looking for something TryHackMe that exists starting with T. So we're going to scroll down to the T level here, and over here we could see the string that says TryHackMe strings found. So this should be our flag, and we'll just copy the value here, and I'm going to paste that here and check. Now we'll move over to dynamic analysis. Here the question here is, what registry value has the hop helper.exe modified for persistence? Now what we're going to do is basically while this is, I don't think we need the PeStudio anymore, and this is our Regshot. So that's the app we're going to use to do our dynamic analysis. We're going to run that, and what we're basically doing is we're going to take a shot of our environment, which is our system right now, and then run the malware, and then take another shot to see the difference that it made or something like that. So what we're going to do now, we're going to take our first shot. You can put the, basically we can, this is the output part where we want it to be stored. At this moment I think it's stored in temp, and yeah, another temp. So we're just going to leave it the way it is anyways, but you can choose where you want it to be stored. So we'll take our first shot here, take shot. It might take a while, so once it's done, then we'll take our second shot. Alright, so we have our first shot ready right now. So what we're going to do is to come over here now and run the malware that we've been dreading to run. So we click on that, and let's see what happens. Okay, as you can see, we have the auto, everything here is changing face, and we have a message here that says skins malware sends its regards, which means this is actually a malware. And then what we're going to do next is to see what happened after the malware was run. So we're going to take our second shot here and shoot. Alright, so once we're done with the second shot, now we can click on compare to actually see what happened between the first and the second shot, what changes occurred in the machine, and that's what we're about to find out once we clicked on compare. And voila, here we are, and obviously this is very large. The compared values are here, and basically what we needed to see is want to see the changes that happened between the keywords hopsec. Alright, the keyword hopsec. Okay, it's not quite large here because of what the system has, but in a big machine you definitely be seeing a wide range of, you know, a lot of things. So you could click to search here. Is there a search button here? Search with, no, that's not it. Okay, find, let's see, find, and let's say I'm looking for hop help or something. Okay, so as you can basically see, we have this is the line here, and this is basically the full path, because we record that when malware is installed, they basically run a run you know, into the registry. So basically we just copy the whole of this part, I think this whole of this part. So I'm just going to copy, and that should be actually a result here, and good. Alright, so the next is to check the dynamic to filter the output of the ProcMon for TCP operations, that and what network protocol is hop helper exec is using to communicate. So we're going to close this. Let me go probably just minimize this, and then we're going to open the ProcMon here, and let's run that. Okay, so this is basically the processes. If we run let's see, this TCP operations here, let me see just quickly without further ado, just see what happens here when we, let me see here, capture E. Alright, I'm probably just going to run that malware again, and then we can see the process here. So I'm going to run this again, and okay, you see we ran that, and then we got this particular message King Malware sends his regard. And if we come back over here, we could basically see we've got a TCP send here and TCP receive here. Let me see, there's quite a lot of processes running here. And let me see here, I'm going to probably just filter by operation again, or architecture, operation, and let's see, contains TCP, I believe TCP, and then we're going to add that, and then we're going to apply. Okay, we still did have a lot of things here. Let me see. Okay, let me first filter by process name. Again, I'm going to process name and contains hopsec, hope helper, no, hope helper. Yep, I'm going to add that, and I'm going to apply. And here we have we have this, and basically we have the TCP connect, TCP send, TCP receive, and we could see the protocol here at the end of the bus, which is HTTP, and that is actually what we need here, so which is HTTP, and then we're going to click check. Great. Basically you can try that as well, but it's a bonus, and we can just check that out. And if you enjoyed the room, you can check out the basic static analysis room and click that check. And that's that. Thank you for studying with me, thank you for learning with me. I'll see you guys in the next advent, and ciao.